Reality. Reality receipts.
Hi guys, welcome back to the Reality Receipts podcast starring me, Storytime with Ricky.
And me, Reality Ashley. I'm still on day 500 of this dang cold, so I'm going to keep it low key again, and Ricky will probably do more of the talking, but we are doing a massive Bravo day today. So we've got 2 episodes of Potomac, 8 and 9. We've got 2 episodes of Salt Lake City, 11 and 12, and then the Beverly Hills season 15 premiere. So a whole lot of Bravo for you guys today.
A whole lot of Bravo. I do have a slight receipt report. I don't know if you remember Cal from Love is Blind UK. He married Sarover and then ended up divorcing her 3 months later. He hard launched his girlfriend today, and she is a blonde-haired, blue-eyed girl. I think on his season of Love is Blind UK, we heard him and his brother constantly implying that Sarover's not his type, and he dates a specific type of woman. He did hard launch her today, and people have their thoughts on it. People have their thoughts on it.
Well, I did share this on my page a while back, but we will get to see all this go down because they're currently filming a After the Altar style special for the UK Love is Blind, and I think it said Cal is a part of it. I know Sarover is a part of it, and they have like Jasmine and Bobby. I think we see maybe a little bit of Freddie and some of those other couples. So I wonder how that's all going to go down. I wish they'd bring it back to the US one. I liked the After the Altar. I know people found it boring, but
I think because After the Altar, I think the producers think that it has to be the married couples, and if there were no married couples, or if there was only one married couple, then they can't do it. And I think that they're missing the mark because they don't understand that we want to see where these relationships are a year later, if they're friends, if they hate each other, like what's going on. Like that's what makes it interesting. They just miss the mark all the time. So did we tell everybody about Andrea and her DJ boyfriend being back together, allegedly?
yes,
Did we tell them that yesterday?
Mention.
Okay, yeah. We talk to you guys too much. We talk every day. I do this with my sister all the time. I'll be like, did I tell you? And she'll be like, yeah. I'm like, oh, we talk too much.
You do. I think there was more receipts that came out though, right? We just had the one video where her nails are there, but I know someone sent us a message. I didn't have time to open it yet, but I know somebody. Oh, okay, yeah. So there's more receipts, right?
Yeah, like at the F1, I guess it's kind of been out that at the F1 race in Vegas a couple of weeks ago, fans had said, "Oh, we got to meet Craze's girlfriend," and had taken a picture with Andrea, and then they made them change the caption from Craze's girlfriend or whatever. So I guess it has been out there for weeks that they're back together, but
never broke up.
Never broke up. Yeah, I think they just didn't. They probably just haven't hard launched it yet. I'm sure that's coming within the.
So weird because she was making out with Josh, obviously, and I guess they just look at it as an acting job. You know, I guess.
Yeah, 100%. Don't bang nobody. You can kiss. You can, and that's the thing about Love Island games, right? Is like you don't have to actually have a romantic connection. You can, but you can get through the game without having that romantic connection. So it does seem pretty calculated to be like, to know like, oh, well, the audience kind of gravitates more towards those couples that do have that connection. So let me fake one, right? So, and then I don't know if you've seen this video. It literally just popped up of this guy on TikTok claiming to have been on the infamous flight from Salt Lake City.
No, I didn't see that.
Yeah, let me show it to you. It literally just popped up, but I think he's full of shit because it's like, if you took footage and you have, like, why aren't you showing it? But he says in the video, let me see. He says, it says Meredith Marks exposed on international flight, and then
Me and the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City were on the same flight back from St. Vincent and the Grenadines earlier this year. There's a screenshot from a video I took of Meredith Marks screaming. I could hear her all the way back in Comfort Plus. It was loud as fuck, but I'm scared if I post it that Meredith Marks is going to come get me. Me and the Real Housewives of Salt Lake
City. It's like, you're not scared to say that. And it's like his screenshot's bullshit. This could be anything, anyone, any flight.
Yeah.
And it's just like, if you have the video, one, give it to TMZ, sell that bitch, make some money. Two,
Yeah.
you're scared to post the video, but you're not scared to post this. You're
Yeah.
scared she's gonna come after you, but you just said she's screaming loud. You told us what's allegedly in the video, so let us hear it.
Yeah, it's hard to believe that because there's not really a good receipt there. But I mean, people have been saying there must be footage out there. They must have signed NDAs. I'm getting kind of sick of the plane story, but we'll get there when we get to Salt
Yeah.
Lake. So
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
It's silly at this point. It feels like they're setting up for a big moment in the finale, or maybe the finale will have nothing to do with this plane stuff. I don't know. It does kind of seem like they're moving on from it finally at the end of this.
Kinda,
But
yeah.
yeah.
Oh, and Stassi did respond to all of the backlash that she's getting from the Secret Lives of Mormon
Mhm.
Wives reunion, basically saying she wishes that everybody could see the additional 11 hours and that it was chopped and screwed, just as we said.
Yeah.
And that basically she did ask all the questions. They did go through every single thing, and we just didn't get to see it. So really, it's on production.
Yeah, we kind
Yeah.
of figured that. We're like, it was
Yeah.
painfully edited. It went from one topic to the next. And I don't understand that. Like, what's the point of keeping it to 1 hour? We all would have watched 3 hours, 4 hours of it. So why are you making
Yeah,
it one
like do
hour? What's
part
the,
1, 2, and 3 like the
yeah.
housewives do.
I wondered though, like I said, if they went through and they just cut out anything that's going to be a part of season 4, and then that left us with the crap that we got. So,
Yeah,
because
exactly.
it seems like there was no reason to not make it longer. I don't understand why it has to be 1 hour. That's just ridiculous. Because
It was way too compact, so it was not
yeah.
no bueno. But she did respond. So that is another small receipt report. But
Oh,
yeah.
and
Oh,
remember we mentioned the whole Nick and Natalie getting heat for talking about Whitney's mothering, and that's been going viral. Everyone's been making videos. And then on their episode yesterday, when all this was happening, Natalie wasn't there. She was, as Nick said, tending to their sick child, so she couldn't be on the pod the first time ever. So I don't know if that was true or they're just trying to make a point of what they were trying
well,
to say.
Connor responded to them.
Oh, he
Did you
did?
see that? Yeah,
No.
like he fired back at them. I don't know
Oh,
what he
good.
said though.
Oh, okay. I saw.
I seen a
I
headline that said that he responded back to them and made and like fired back at them. So
I did see Whitney commented, "This is so mean," but I'm not sure whose video she commented that on.
yeah, I seen it on one of the Bravo pages that he did respond back and said something in Whitney's defense. So
Okay, let me read what he said. He said, I don't know if this, he said, "Teamwork looks different for everyone. This is how we do ours. Couldn't be more proud of Whitney." So not like super responsive to that, but it is. I thought it was more like going to be calling them out, but
me
it sounds like,
too. Like,
yeah,
is rage bait, clickbait when they're like, oh, Connor
yeah,
fires back. I do that too. It's called a hook, you guys. On a
yeah,
video, like you want to hook the viewer. So it's like Connor fires back at Nick Vialsa. I thought it was going to be
right.
direct. I thought like maybe they said his name or something, but
But apparently he did like some more direct comments. So he liked
okay.
one. He liked one that said, "Judging a woman for going after her dreams and having a supportive dad husband to support her while she does this in 2025 is crazy. We love a power couple." So not that shady, just
Mm,
supportive. So
yeah.
yeah, they really made it seem like he like made a video saying Nick and Natalie suck. So
Yeah.
not quite, but
Not quite,
it's what
but
he's trying to say, I think.
yeah, if you read between the lines, we get it.
Yes,
Okay.
I feel like if you treat people the way those two do, eventually you get called out, and they really get away with going after us little guys like us, and other
Mhm.
small podcasts, which they love to rag on. But
Micro
wit, you can't.
podcast. Apparently, they called it micro shows, which I
Yes,
think is hilarious.
but you can't mess with someone like Whitney, who has quite a cult following after Dancing with the Stars. So I'm glad that they're getting called out a little, but I'm sure they don't care. So
Yeah,
they'll keep being them, and we'll keep
sounds
being us.
good.
So.
Count your days. Anywho, yeah. So let's get into this. Where do you want to start? You want to start with Potomac, Salt Lake City, Beverly Hills? Potomac.
Let's start with Potomac. Going back to episode 8, we start off with the whole thing they were teasing up till this point of Monique finding out that Stacy talked to her ex-husband. It was a nothing burger, and Monique doesn't care. She doesn't know
Yeah.
Stacy. She doesn't care about her man no more. I mean, I think, is this the part where she kind of went in, or maybe this was later on when she met up with someone, but she went into details of why she got divorced. And so
Yeah, that was
I
later
thought,
on. Yeah.
oh, okay, we'll get there then. But
Yeah.
yeah, she didn't care. So
Yeah.
that
Which
was,
we said that. We said that. We were like, they're like revving up this moment, and it really seems like Monique is going to be like, I don't care. We've been divorced for 2 years. He's going to date like
mhm,
Ovs, which is basically what her attitude was. So,
yeah, she
yeah,
didn't care.
she didn't give a rat's
Uh,
ass.
Wendy made a little joke about someone else using their business as a tax front, which is like, Wendy's got her own little troubles. Obviously alleged. We don't know exactly yet, but I think obviously we know where Wendy's mind is at, thinking about some shady business deals, or it was
Yeah.
just innocent. Who knows? We'll find out what goes down with that whenever they go to court. But um, we see there's a double date situation. Tia meets Timu. Like, I want to keep calling him Timu, but it's Timo, right?
Okay. We could call him whatever. Yeah.
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 So Tia gets to meet Stacy's man, which Wendy is a little hurt by. So
Yeah. And I wonder if Wendy is actually hurt by it because honestly, Wendy and Stacey are my two favorite ladies on the show so far. I really like them. They do seem to have like a pretty good friendship. And we hear Tia say, I woke up at 5 a.m. to like meet her and like meet Timo. So she is like making an effort. This is obviously something that's important to her. And I
yeah,
think it got weird for no reason, right? Like, I don't even know what happened or why it got weird or how it got weird. I just know it got weird, like, very
yeah.
quickly. Like, it's like they had a good meeting, and then I think Tia was like, oh, maybe we can meet again, and like you can meet my husband, and we can all kind of
Well,
all, or was
I
her
think
husband there? Tia's husband wasn't there.
no, yeah, it was Wendy. I mean, sorry, Tia met Timo, and
Mm-hmm.
then Tia. They invited Stacy and Timo to this double date with Wendy and her husband. So that was Tia and
Yeah.
her husband and Wendy and her husband. But Stacy was making up all kinds of excuses. So
Right.
I love Stacy and I hate that they gang up on her. But I am starting to see their point a little, where she does seem to have a truth problem. Like,
She's
she's
a li
allergic
yeah,
to
oh,
it.
she's 100% a liar.
Yeah.
She be lying her ass off because we hear Timo or whatever, we hear him
Mm,
say, "Oh, I fly out tonight," and then she's like, "Oh, he just flew back in," and
yeah.
it's a silly lie because it's like, you could just say he doesn't wanna come or he's not available, like
Yeah. And he's not ready for that yet. Mhm.
yeah, and so I could see why Wendy would be like, because what did Stacy say about why Timo married? Why Timo only wanted to meet Tia? It was like, or why she allowed her to meet. She had some kind of reasoning. She was like, "You're basically the only one that doesn't suck," in so many words, and it's
Yeah.
like Wendy's your closest friend
Mhm.
who you've
And
been
then
getting along with.
Tia went and told all of this to Wendy, and then so now Stacy's upset with Tia, so
And then it
it
was like,
caused
yeah, on the speakerphone, she was she was like, "No, Wendy, like you're the only person, you're the only, like you're my number one." And then like Tia's just listening to it. She's like, "What the fuck? You didn't just say this." So it's like,
yeah.
I get it. Stacy is very dramatic. She is very fake. She is a liar. Like she does
Mhm.
talk behind,
They
tell two different stories, but it's I don't understand how you can have all those characteristics and like still be likable because she's still so likable in my opinion. Like I still really fuck with Stacey.
I think it's because all her lies are so silly, right? It's like,
Yeah.
she's not, like, telling lies on other people, they're all about her own life and just very odd behavior, and I think because they do gang up on her so much, it makes us wanna defend her, and we're like, It's not so bad what she did."
Oh,
So, I think the main part of this episode, obviously, was, the 10 million downloads party for Reasonably Shady. I don't know
yeah.
if you know all the backstory, they did show us a bit, but so Robin and Giselle have a podcast, Reasonably Shady.
Mm-hmm.
Robin So I haven't watched all the seasons of Potomac, but something went down in Robin's life. I think like a divorce, or she had a man that was always cheating on her.
Mm.
Basically, she was on the show, but she decided to like tell the whole story of it all on her own like website, and you had to pay to find out. So obviously Bravo
Mm.
didn't like that. You're not sharing your truth and your story on the show, but you did it behind a paywall. So they fired
Mm.
her. So
Ooh.
she's not on the show. So that's why she didn't come to this. But she, she was on Traders. She did go to BravoCon. She's still in the universe, but I think in terms of filming Potomac, she refuses. So that's why she didn't go.
Or not, or probably doesn't refuses. Probably they're like, you can't, you know?
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
did
maybe they
hear
do.
Giselle say, like, oh, like because of where things went with the show, she's not gonna show up.
Hmm.
Kind of strange not to be at your own party, but congratulations to Reasonably Shady. I can't wait till we reach 10 million downloads.
I
Like, that's
know.
so crazy. It must be a pretty good podcast. Do you listen to it?
No, I've never listened to it. So I have to
Yeah.
add it in my rotation because I only listen to one Housewives one, and that's Tamara and Teddy's, because they do cover like they just recap every Housewives show, so it's like a Housewives doing Housewives. I'm not sure what Reasonably Shady's about. I don't know if it's a housewife recap or if it's something else, so I'll have to look into it. But
Oh.
did you know that Eminem is like suing them because of the name? He's like suing them for harassment or something.
Eminem the rapper?
Yeah, because the name.
Is
Yeah, because of the name Slim Shady, or he's Slim Shady, and theirs is Reasonably Shady. Like he owns Shady, I guess. I've never realized that, but
okay, but I don't think that it is in reference to him and Slim Shady at all.
no, not at all. But it says he's accused them of harassment. Oh, he owns trademarks under Shady and Slim Shady for merch, and so he's accusing them of harassment because they're using Shady on their stuff, which is
So nobody can use the word shady in anything because he owns it?
which is crazy. I thought you couldn't own a word like that, like shady. Like,
It's I didn't know that either. Like that's kind of crazy. Like it's
yeah,
not like their podcast is just called Shady, or that it's called, you know, The Real
yeah,
Slim Shady. That would be like, you know what I mean? Like that would be like if they named their podcast like maybe not Slim Shady. Well, what's the opposite of thin? Like thick shady. Like, you know what I mean? It's not like it was a play on Slim Shady at all.
mm. No, and he's saying it's going to confuse people on his brand and that they
No, I
won't
don't
realize.
think it will, Eminem. I don't think it will. Reasonably Shady and Slim Shady are two different things. Like
He
that's like
says,
if we called our podcast like we called it The Shady. Would he come
yeah,
after us because we have the word shady in our podcast? Like, obviously, we're throwing shade. What if you said throwing shady? What if that was the name of the podcast? You can't use the word shady. Shady.
no. He says that the word shady is central to his identity. Like, I got news for him. We all been using shady for other shit for years. Like, I know he's been around for a while, but
He's been around for a while, and shady is shady. Is you know,
yeah,
especially with like TikTok, like throwing shade, being shady, you know, shady behavior, shady conversations. Like, I'm sorry. When I
crazy.
think shady, when I be like, "Oh, you shady bitch," I don't think of Slim Shady. I don't think of him at all. What's tarnishing your brand is coming after a podcast that has nothing to do with you, called Reasonably Shady.
Yeah, and apparently he started this lawsuit in 2023. And now he's just giving them the runaround, like not showing up for court dates or changing them, and so he
I
looks
know.
stupid. So I mean,
That is
that's
silly.
embarrassing.
That is embarrassing, and it's honestly like, what? Come on, like
And
this is nothing to
it's
do
not like
wrong with them.
it's not like they have a little podcast. They're at 10 million downloads, so it's too late. I could see if they just started and he was like, "Wait, don't use that name," and it's like, okay, good. Like, I guess you told us now, but it's too late now. Like they're established, so
Yeah, it's strange, and I
like
don't think one has anything to do with the other, which is so
no.
crazy.
There's this girl on Twitter who goes by Reality by Ashley, who always says crazy shit, and I keep getting blamed for it. But that's a story for another day. So, but I don't have Twitter, and Yeah, she called out West after BravoCon, and it ended up going viral, and it looked like me saying that he wasn't nice to people, but it wasn't. I would not do that. Well, I mean, I
Yep.
would. If someone wasn't nice, I would say that, but I don't have Twitter. So they have the party, and we see Kiarna and Stacy get into it.
This was probably my favorite scene of like in a long time that I've seen. Like honestly,
Mhm.
like Stacy, and this is why we love Stacy, because it was like, Kiarna, you're trying to start shit where there's no shit to start. Like
Yeah,
and I think it was like Cookie, right? Like we see this Cookie character come in,
yeah.
and she has said that someone, or no, she said straight out that Stacy is the one that called Chris and told him that Monique was talking shit, because prior
Mhm,
to this scene, we see all of the girls kind of sit down. They're talking about Chris and Monique's relationship and said why they broke up or why they got a divorce. And she basically said she realized that he acts a certain way when he wants something like sex, and then he
mhm,
goes back to his normal self, like, or being an asshole, is what she alluded
mhm.
to, after he gets some. And so she's basically said, "You're never going to touch me again." And that led to their divorce. And but she didn't say it in like a messy way. She said it in
No,
like a very like peaceful, harmonious way. Like she wasn't talking shit about him. She was just kind of like saying her truth and saying her experience. And
yeah,
I don't think she spoke negatively about him at all.
no.
Apparently, somebody that was at that table got up and told Chris that Monique was trashing him. So Cookie says that it was Stacy. Cookie says that she heard that it was Stacy. Kiarna brings it up at the party, and all hell breaks loose. Cookie and Stacy
Mhm.
start fighting. I'm not gonna lie. Stacy's a better bitch than me. I would be scared of Cookie. Okay, like she scares me a little bit. Like, so
Mhm.
I'm not sure that I would have been. But we also have to remember that Stacy is from Detroit. She is not no punk bitch. Okay, so,
No.
and I'm not no punk bitch either. But I think I would have been a punk bitch with Cookie. So
Yeah.
basically, Cookie's like, it was Stacy that called him. Everybody's looking at Stacy. She pointed her finger. Cookie's like, point your finger over here again. Stacy said, "This finger? This
So funny.
you talking about this finger? Like this finger?" She said, "Oh, let me move a little closer just in case you didn't catch the finger." Like I was like,
Uh-huh.
"Oop, oop, oop." I know that's right, Stacy. And then Cookie ends up getting upset, leaving. And then I keep seeing this narrative that at this moment they were like, "Oh, let's call Chris and see if Stacy told him this," and that in this moment Stacy said she didn't have Chris's number. That's why the other lady called him. I
Yeah.
don't remember her saying that. Monique even just did an interview where they asked her about this in this whole entire scene, and she said watching it back, she's realizing Stacy's lies in real time,
Mhm.
because she was like, "Oh, later on in the episode or the next episode, she shows me text messages between her and Chris. But in this initial episode, she didn't call Chris because she
Mhm.
said she didn't have his number." She never said she didn't have his number. And if she did say it, it wasn't on the film, or
Yeah.
I didn't see it. You guys let me know in the comments. But this girl calls Chris and he says, "I don't know nothing about what y'all talking about." And they hang up the phone, and she's like, "See, I didn't call him." Now, to me, it didn't sound like it
No.
wasn't the right time or place to have that conversation with Chris, because it seemed like he the girl didn't ask no follow-up questions. I don't think she asked the question in the right way. So Stacey kind of got off easy because he didn't say like, "Yeah, Stacey told me that." But I think the question was unclear. I think the understanding of the situation was unclear. And so
Mhm.
she was able to be like, "He said it wasn't me. You guys are lying on me. You guys still want to lie on me. But I have a really big feeling that if
Yeah.
you talk to Chris and ask him directly," I felt like that girl did a very bad job at asking the question, that he's going to say, "Yeah, it was Stacy that called me and told me."
Yeah. When this first happened at the start of episode 9, when they called him, I was like, he's lying. Like, it was totally Stacy. But by the time we got to the end of the episode and they showed all the other potential suspects, then I was like, I'm not so
True.
sure now. Like,
True.
why is Kiarna talking to Cookie? That's weird. And like, yeah, it feels like suspicious. And then I can't remember who said it, but someone said Stacey might have told him what was said and he took it as bashing, but
Monique.
she didn't say.
Monique.
Yeah.
Monique
That's
said
more,
that.
that's probably what happened. Like, I feel like that's the most accurate description. So, because
But
obviously,
Stacey is saying she didn't call him at all. She's
yeah, and I
not
don't know if I
saying.
buy that part.
Wait, wait. Before we jump to episode 9, I have to ask you your thoughts on Stacey's read on Kiarna when she was like, "I would never trust you around my husband." She's like, "You don't have one," and then she was like, "Oh, something about her cloudy ring." She's like,
Yeah.
"Oh yeah, it's cloudy compared to nothing," and she's like, "Go chase Greg around." Like I was like,
Yeah, Stacey's good with the comebacks. It's kind of, we saw a similar moment, remember back on Vanderpump when Lala said, I would never trust you around my man to Raquel, and she said the same thing. You don't have a man. So I don't know if Stacey got that from that, but I also think it was just an obvious read. Like it was good because it is weird to be talking like that to someone that's married and Kiarna's not married, right? So
yeah, it's like it would have been more fitting for Kiarna to say, "I would never trust you around my man,"
yeah,
because then
she
Stacey
walked into it, right?
she walked right into it because then you
Yeah.
can't say you don't have one, or like
Mhm.
she probably then would have said something trifling about Greg, which
Yeah.
again would have still been warranted, but because we see in episode 9 we're learning more about what's going on with Kiarna and Greg and all of that.
Mhm.
But yeah, I just thought like this Stacey is just, she is great television. She's so funny and she will read a bit. She's very quick with
Yeah.
her comeback. So episode 9 we see the aftermath of that fight. Stacey ends up leaving. I was very
Mhm.
confused why Giselle was like, "Yeah, leave." Like, "Yeah, I'm pushing the button." Like, I don't
Yeah,
know what
that's
Giselle's energy for Stacey is. Like,
mhm.
why would you invite her if this is how you feel about her? Like, it's just, I think Wendy's facial expressions are the funniest part of all of it, right? Like,
Mhm.
Stacey's reads are funny, but then Wendy's facial expressions on top of it, like, makes it even funnier. She's like, "Oh, they had my girl on the ropes." They had her on the ropes. She's like,
Yeah.
grease me up, coach. Like it was really funny, but I don't know. Giselle's attitude towards Stacey, I'm like, maybe I don't know the backstory, but it's like, oh yeah, leave, like get out of here. And then you guys all get together to talk about the girl and you're
Yeah.
talking about her dress, talking about her, say what you want about Stacey, but she looks amazing. She looks
Yeah.
incredible. The dress was fire. Like you guys are hating ass bitches at this point. And I hate to
Mhm.
say that, but that's how it comes off. Like, what do you guys mean you guys all got together to discuss Stacey? You hating
Yeah.
ass hoes. Like happy hoes ain't hating, hating hoes ain't happy.
Yeah.
Y'all are hating on her. Like now you're trying to talk about her dress. You're trying to talk. Now, 9 times out of 10, did Stacey tell oh boy, probably. Like, you know
Yeah.
what I mean? Probably. And and I know I'm jumping ahead here, but I loved Monique's approach to it, saying, she probably did tell him and he probably took it in a negative way. And he's the
Mhm.
one that flipped it because he's a negative person. I've
Yeah.
known him and been married to him for years and he's negative. So it's likely that I mean, is it shady of her to relay the conversation to him at all? Sure, when you're at a
Yeah.
girls' dinner, like I just don't think it's girl code to just run back and say anything. But
Mhm.
she's like, it's probably him who twisted it. I've been married to him for years. Like, this is just what he does. He's a negative bitch. Like, she
Yeah.
didn't say negative bitch. I did. But, Monique seems very zen. Like, she seems very
Yes.
fucking peaceful. A little too peaceful. I'm like, give me some ruckus. Like, you are
Yeah.
so, like, one with the earth. Like, I don't want to hear this shit. Like, but she flipped
It's
it back on him and
It's very, I think when she was on before, she was not so zen, and so I don't know if she's going out of her way to prove like, "Look, I'm not with that man, he was the problem, and now I'm
well,
just happy and great," or if that's really how she feels, but it seems genuine, but she
seems
is
genuine.
nothing's ruffling her feathers. They're trying, and it's not getting to her, so,
Which is
like
that's a nice place to be. Imagine the peace you must feel to be like,
mhm,
I'm like nothing's ruffling my feathers. I am just
yeah.
it's just water off my back. Like I just don't care.
Yeah, I think she was so unhappy in that marriage that she's in such a happy peaceful place. So that's nice for her, a nice change. But yeah, they are picking on Stacy so much that it's hard not to like root for her, right? Even if she's lying. Nor if they weren't being so hard on her, we might be like, oh, she's a bit of a liar, and picking at that more. But their reactions are so strong for what she's doing. So, but what did
Yeah.
you think of Wendy finally confronted Angel a bit over all these lies? Like, I didn't say hi to you at the airport. Well, you didn't say hi to me at the airport, and finally calling her
I
out a
do
little.
not know what Angel's problem with Wendy is. She's
Mm-mm.
even made up in her mind that Wendy is the one that said the catfish comment. She was not.
Yeah.
It was Giselle. They keep showing us the scene back to back to back. Angel has this weird animosity, this weird smoke towards Wendy, and I don't know
Mm-hmm.
why. I don't know why it's
No.
Wendy of all people. I don't know if it's like she's intimidated by her. I don't know if Bobby has said, he thinks that Wendy's beautiful. I don't know what it is, but it is
Mm-hmm.
something that gets under Angel's skin when it comes to Wendy. You can't you're making up that she didn't say hi to you. You're making up that she said this catfish thing. You're making up to me, Wendy's been nothing but kind to her. She's tried to welcome her into the group. The only thing is that Kiarna and Wendy have a problem. So it seems like you are viewing Wendy under the same scope that Kiarna is, and you're letting that like kind of dictate your relationship with her, and you're
Mm-hmm.
trying to make it be reasons that are Wendy's fault when ultimately you could just say, bitch, I don't like you because my friend doesn't like you. And it could be as simple
Yeah.
as that. You don't have to make up all these other things. Like, and that's what Wendy's like. Wendy's so confused because she's like, what the fuck are you talking about? And if
Yeah.
that's what it's going to be, we don't have to be friends. Don't talk to me, ho. You
Yeah.
a Debbie
It
Downer
must
anyway.
it must be something to do with their school, like we said. Like they have a past, and we haven't found out that past yet. So I hope eventually they give us something, because yeah, it's coming out of nowhere. It feels like so. I don't get it.
Yeah. Yeah. What did you think of Kiarna having a conversation with her mother and her brother, who you mentioned her brother on yesterday's episode? I didn't even see
You
him. I
skipped.
was too busy looking at her mom's like outfit and how young she looks, and
Mm-hmm.
I didn't even
Hot.
notice him. And you know what? I
The
don't
whole
find
family. The
the whole
genes.
family as good looking, but I didn't find her brother. I didn't even look
Not cute?
twice at him. No.
What?
Mm-mm.
I thought he
I
was
don't know.
cute.
He looks like a life ruiner though. Like
You
when I
know what?
did go back and look, like all the tattoos, the
Does he have a
muscles.
dangly earring?
I don't know, but he's giving me
Trouble.
no, he's giving me, I don't know. He's just giving
Fuck boy.
me like fuck
Corny.
boy, corny, he's just not,
Ah,
yeah,
okay,
he's
okay.
just not my cup of tea.
See,
No,
I can't see good, and it was a little blurry, so
mannerisms, man, it's the mannerisms. So, but I love the relationship that he has with Kiarna, and
yeah.
I mean, I don't know. What do you feel like? I don't like. Okay, so now Greg wants to buy her condo, but it's basically like condo or ring. Move back in with me. I'll buy your condo, but then that means you have to further wait on a ring.
I mean, my question is, if that actually is her condo, her name on it outright, he can never take that back. Take that over a ring
Take
any
the
day. A ring is like,
100%.
who cares? I mean, I get if she really wants a commitment from him. This does feel like a band-aid, or like a promise ring type thing, where it's like you're getting the condo, you're probably never going to see this ring. But if you get to
Oh
walk
well,
away, yeah, like if you
no.
get some real estate out of it, like that is such a better. I mean, I guess eventually you could sell a ring, but I feel like your
Nah,
own
you ain't gonna
condo.
get as much as you'll get for a condo. That's for sure.
Exactly.
That's definitely an investment in your name that's paid off. Like obviously that's a smart thing, but that's the thing is like women put so much of an emphasis on marriage, and
Hmm.
Stacy just shitted on her for not being married,
Yeah.
and like you said, married women think that being married is such a fucking flex. Like no, actually
Yeah.
having a paid off condo that you didn't even have to purchase is a flex. Like that's a
Yeah.
more of a flex than being married. But her,
Totally.
her mom didn't seem into it though.
No, I feel like, and that's the thing, I think for your family, like getting a wedding, and your daughter's getting married and all of that is something that they get to flex too, right? Whereas like, oh, you have a condo, they don't get anything out of that. I feel like if her mom was smart and caring about her daughter's future, you'd be like, take the condo. But I don't know the details. Like, if it's her condo, but he's going to be on the title too, that's risky. I'd say
Yeah,
go
or
for
it's
the
like,
ring
"I'll
then.
buy the condo, but it's gonna be in my name." Okay,
Yeah,
then,
no.
like,
Then
we
no.
need the details, right? Like,
Yeah.
and then it's like, "I moved out for a reason. Now we're going back to square one." But, yeah, I think the details
Yeah,
matter.
we need to know. If it's just her condo with no strings attached, I think that's a good place to start, and then maybe get a ring later. So,
Yeah.
we also saw Ashley's mom too, which was sad. Talking, I didn't realize her mom had had this partner for 23 years, and he doesn't sound like a prize. So, what did you think of their combo?
The first thing I thought was, "Why is your mom still working when you got a multi-million-dollar divorce settlement?"
Yeah, I know. I know that's been part of other seasons. I don't know all the details, but I know she does. I thought she did pay for a lot of her mom's stuff. So yeah, why would she be working?
Well, I also understand not wanting to pay for your mom's bum ass partner to live. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Mhm.
That's the catch 22 because I personally couldn't see my older mom who's having health issues like go to work and bust her ass every day. And maybe she goes to work and busts her ass every day because she to take care of his portion of things and her
Mhm.
portion of things is taken care of by Ashley. But
That's crazy.
I don't imagine a world where my mom is working and I have
Mhm.
millions of dollars, but I also don't imagine a world where I'm taking care of my mom and her bum ass motherfucking boyfriend. Like,
Yeah. I wonder if that's a stipulation where she's like, you have to leave him, and I will take care of you, and she
which
won't do it.
that's not fair either, right? Like, you
No.
can't use your money to dictate your mom's decisions, but I would
Mhm.
fully understand Ashley not wanting to support a grown man who apparently has a drinking problem, doesn't have a job. Like, and that's what I mean. People
No.
be so desperate for love that they will just settle for anything. They will just settle for anything. They think that marriage and partnership is so much of a flex. Like anybody could be with a bum. You think that if I
Mhm.
went under the bridge right now and asked some bum of a man, "Do you want to come live with me? I'll pay all the rent. You'll have hot food. You'll have a bed to sleep in. You'll get some
Yeah.
booty, and you could just be. I just need you to be here. Your only stipulation is to just be with me and give me love." Do you think that they would say no? I'll buy
And
a
they're
ring for
probably
myself and have a wedding, and we'll have a wedding so that I could say I'm a wife, like,
and you do all that for a man, and he would still probably cheat too. So it's like
he
it's not
ain't
worth it. No.
worth a damn, Ashley, I'm
No.
telling you. But yeah, so that was crazy. That was my first thought, was why is her mom still working? But then it
Yeah.
makes sense where it's like if you have this bum partner that doesn't wanna do anything, that doesn't wanna contribute, she's working to the point that she's throwing up blood, and you're still sitting on your ass and not doing anything? If he hasn't
Crazy.
contributed in 23 years, I'm sorry, he's not gonna start now.
No, I agree.
Sometimes it's better to just be alone, and it's so
Mhm.
women are so scared to be alone, especially older women. They're so scared to be alone, and it makes me so
It
sad.
seems pretty nice. I mean, I don't hate the idea, but I'm also never by myself. So I think you always want what you don't have, right? It's like, yeah, they think you convince yourself being married and having this partner, not that it's not good. I'm not saying that, but I think you always think what you don't have is better until you actually live it, and you just got to appreciate where you're at because you don't know. Like, I think it'd be better to be alone than be with whatever Ashley's mom's got over there. That does not sound
She could
ideal. So,
probably live a very fulfilling life if she found joy in being alone
mhm.
or just leaving him. Like leaving him, you don't know what other things would come your way. You could find a much better partner. You could have a different partner every week if you just want
Yeah.
companionship. Like, you know what I mean? If you have this daughter that's a multimillionaire and she's going to take care of you, imagine the house, imagine the trips, imagine
Yeah.
everything that you could have if you would just leave this loser and go
Mhm.
and live your life to the fullest. Like,
Yeah, I hope she sees the light eventually. But
mm,
another sad mom thing was seeing Wendy and her mom, which only sad because of the alleged things going on, and we don't know the truth yet. But it would feel like Wendy has a lot of financial pressures if she's taking care of her mom and buying her. She had like a Christian Dior bag, and her mom mentioned quite a few times, like, you give me this lavish life. Like, if Wendy doesn't actually have the money like that, then that's sad. I think that her mom like thinks that she's been living large, making all this money, but it's really all fraudulent. But again, it's alleged. We don't know. Maybe
Yeah.
the charges are wrong. So,
Yeah, maybe. But I couldn't understand that pressure. I'm telling you, my mom, now that we have this podcast, she thinks I'm so rich. Like, I'll be
oh
like,
my God,
excuse me,
we're not.
lady. No, like, excuse me, pipe down. I will, when I get there, you'll be the first to know. It, like, just
That's so
relax.
cute.
Like,
Yeah.
she's like, so when do I, like, have to, like, not work anymore? I'm like, we're quite a ways away from,
One day
we're
we're
one
doing
day, but we are not there or close to there yet. So you just keep going to work.
right. I know. I don't think we realized how much patience you need in this business, but also we do get it. Like, it takes time. We are still pretty new. It's only our
Yeah.
first year.
Yeah,
So,
we're very new. Our 1 year
yeah.
anniversary is approaching. Like,
Yeah,
yeah,
January 24th. I'll have to have a big party.
yeah.
Well, maybe I could come to LA and we could do something, but we'll talk. We'll
We'll
figure
talk.
it out.
We'll
Yeah.
talk. Yeah, but anything else happen on Potomac in these last 2 episodes that are worth mentioning?
No, I think just that little meal they have at the end where Monique smartly says, I think maybe Chris is the one that said, like, exaggerated it. We see Kiarna's why is Kiarna there? She went and sat at the bar, so
She's a
she wasn't.
fucking hater, bro. She's so obsessed with Stacy. Like, why would
Mhm.
you come to this? Why
Not
is your
needed.
foot in this at all? Like, what do you have? What does this have to do with you at all?
Yeah, no, it's weird. So I
It
don't
should
even. I'm
have
glad
been
she left.
Cookie there. Like, it doesn't even make
Hmm.
sense. Are you the one? Is Cookie the one that told you that it was allegedly Stacy? Like, it just doesn't make sense why she's even included in it at all.
No, but yeah, I think didn't they call Cookie? Did they call? Oh no, I think they were talking about Kiarna talking to Cookie and
Yeah.
all the other avenues basically that it could have been that told Chris, because we thought it was just Stacy. Stacy brought. I think Wendy called them fraudulent receipts, or said maybe they could be fraudulent because it was text messages, but it was like one-sided.
I
You
think
could.
Ashley said that they were
Oh,
fraudulent.
right,
It was
Ashley, yeah,
Ashley because she hates on Stacey too. But
yeah,
you're right. Like, you're showing me all of these texts. You're showing me that he's not responding. It is very, very possible to delete your part of a
yeah,
text thread. Do I think that that's what Stacey did? Maybe, because her ass be lying. She really do. And she
right.
lies about things that can be very easily proven. So, but again,
Mm-hmm.
it's like, I don't know. Like, I feel like she's Monique is at a point where it could very much be real. Like, yeah, I did tell Chris, and like Monique still wouldn't care. Like, she's still like,
Yeah,
okay, and he took it the wrong way and flipped it. Like, I don't think Monique would even care. So again,
no,
something that Stacey doesn't necessarily have to lie about if she was the one that called him. But like you said, at the end, when Wendy put all of the prospects, like, okay, it could be any of these people, it makes
mm-hmm.
sense. So now we have a little mystery going on.
Yeah, and I think you're right though. Monique doesn't really care, so they kind of need to move on from this. They're trying to make it a big drama, and it's like she doesn't care. So if she
She
doesn't
literally
care, they
doesn't care.
don't care.
She
Yeah,
doesn't give a She doesn't give a fuck if Stacey said it, and she doesn't give a fuck if Stacey didn't say it. She's like, whoever said it, Chris took it the way he wanted to take it.
yeah. And I don't think she even cares that much if he hears that she was talking shit about him. So
Yeah.
it's all who
it's
cares. So
it's all moo. Yeah.
yeah,
It's a moo point.
moo point. And they need
Yeah.
to move on, and
Yeah.
hopefully they will. We need to find out about Angel and Wendy. Let's get into that. So,
Yeah, for sure.
well, should we get into Real Housewives of Salt Lake City?
Yes. What episodes are
Episodes
we on?
11 and 12. So,
I
oh
don't
no,
remember a motherfucking thing that happened in episode 11.
I got you. I
Okay.
got my notes. So, it started out right after Mary's church, and she had a Sunday social, they called it. So they
Mhm.
all went to this. It was like a brunch. I don't know what Sunday social means. I would call it a brunch. So,
Yeah.
and they had this chat about the plane stuff again. Remember? And it was kind of like Lisa and Meredith against everybody else. They're still trying to get Meredith to either admit or remember, because it seems at this point like they feel like she might have blacked out. And it's not surprising because in this previous season, we've seen some flashbacks, but Meredith like lost it at Brittany on a bus for recording them. And it seems
Mhm.
like they're just trying to make that happen again, but like bigger. And so we've seen Meredith like snap and lose her shit multiple times. So it's not
Mm.
that hard to believe, but this is where they question, what movies were you watching? And Meredith says Crazy Rich Asians, and then they're like, well, what happens at the end? I've never seen it. Have you
I've
seen it?
seen it. I have seen it. Yeah. But what's so
Apparently that
crazy is when they asked, like, what happened at the end, I was like, what happened at the end? And when Lisa started saying it, I was like, okay, I remembered it. So clearly Lisa did watch it. And
mhm.
it's likely that Meredith fell asleep, but I think it's like you said, it's more of a concern of like, are you genuinely like not remembering what happened because you were fucked up, or you're just trying to like gaslight all of us and like recreate our own experience of what we saw happen?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
it's very big mystery, but I don't know. Lisa's going on about global entry, and she's listening to Kendrick Lamar. They're giving so many details that that's where you feel like people are lying, right? When you're throwing in like weird, random details I didn't even need to know, then you know someone's just making up a story.
And
But
apparently she doesn't have global entry.
yeah,
Like a
she
weird
didn't
thing
even
to
know what it
lie.
was.
Yeah,
Yeah.
weird thing to lie about. You would know if you had global entry.
But the worst thing about it was Bronwyn kind of ratting on Whitney to Meredith about what she said. So I don't know what Bronwyn's doing, really. Like, I get that it was a serious accusation, but obviously I thought Brittany, Bronwyn and Whitney had like created a good friendship and a trustworthy one, and Bronwyn kind of threw that out the window. So
Which seems so bizarre to me that you just basically told this girl that you'd be open to open
swinging
relationships
or
and
hmm
swinging, and she kind of confided in you and said her and her husband got a little arrangement of some sort. Like, it seemed like a moment between like the younger housewives to connect, and yeah, Bronwyn just threw that down the drain. And
yeah.
Meredith threw her right under the bus. You could see the worry and panic all in Bronwyn's eyes.
hmm
And
I
Whitney
think
knew exactly where it came from. She was like, I only talked to one person, so
Yeah, Bronwyn really should have known better that, like, that's what Meredith does, and you can't tell her somebody said something about her and she's not gonna bring that up to the group, so that was disappointing, but I don't know. Then we see this friggin' mattress thing with Heather, which was so weird. Is that normal to have a mattress for 20 years or
I
no?
don't know. I thought they only last like 10 to 12,
Yeah, I
maybe
mean,
15 max. I don't know. That seems like a long time to have a mattress.
yeah, my husband had one from his apartment in 2008, which we didn't realize that we still had in, like, I wanna say, like, 2021, so that's a long time, I guess, so I shouldn't be talking, but we
Yeah.
got a new one, and then it was like, "Oh my god, I couldn't believe what we had been sleeping on, a new
I need
mattress,
it.
and it was so good,
I
so
need a new one. Like, mine is starting to hurt my back. Every time I wake up in the morning, I'm like, "Oh my god."
yeah, and you might not even realize it's hurting till you get a new one, and it's just like heaven, so
Oh, I realize it's hurting. I'm like,
yeah.
every morning. Wait, what do you have, like a firm one or a soft one?
It's, like, closer to soft, I would say.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
but
All right.
yeah, it was so worth it, and it's not something you think about, so maybe that's where she's at. She's obviously had a lot going on with her divorce and all of this, so I think if you're not waking up hurt every morning, maybe it's just not on your mind, so but she, like, made a point to mention Wayfair, which I thought was annoying because obviously that's a sponsor of
Yeah.
BravoCon and Bravo, and, we see that a lot on, like, The Secret Lives of Mormon Wives. Every 5 minutes is a sponsor, and now I guess they're doing that on Bravo
Yeah,
too, so
she definitely did it when she was, like, showing her daughters her new
yeah, The
office. She's like,
Office,
"Everything's from
uh-huh.
Wayfair." Like, "Okay, girl."
I know,
Which
right?
I
Like, the
think they did it in Beverly Hills too with the Rag& and Bone jeans. That was
yeah.
1000% like a branded plug, but whatever, we'll get
Yeah,
there.
I know, I'm like, "Who gets paid for that?" The actual like, does Heather get paid, or does Bravo get paid, or do they split it? Like, I don't know how that all works, but they all got their little things, so, um we saw Lisa and Brittany meet up, and Brittany says that plane thing was the 6th worst thing that's ever happened to her, which I thought was funny.
Yeah,
She's a little wacky, but
she's
I
very
don't know.
wacky, and she needs to let it go because I'm losing all my sympathy for her.
Yes, and I don't know, I don't know what Lisa's doing. Sometimes she seems to be on Meredith's side, and sometimes she's not, so I think she's over it. I don't think she wants to talk about it anymore, just like we don't wanna hear about it anymore, so we see Brittany with her daughter at therapy. What did you think of that?
That was sad. That was
Yeah.
sad. It's always sad seeing stuff like that, you know?
Mhm. And, like, hearing about how Brittany I didn't realize. At first I thought it was just she put like a man above her kids, but it sounds like that man had kids too. So that there was like the stepkids that she was maybe paying more attention to, or at least that's how her daughter felt. So
Yeah,
that's sad. That adds a lot more to it. But they seem to be doing better now. So I
100%.
guess if they're at therapy, that's a good sign.
Yeah.
Uh, then we see Bronwyn and her daughter and her mom at this bonsai place. They all look the same, which is so funny. Like the genes are strong.
The genes are really strong. I like Muzzy. Like I think she has moments where she's like super funny.
Hmm.
We know that they had like kind of like a troubling relationship growing up. So it's nice to
Yeah.
see them um like reconnecting and building that mother-daughter relationship over, you know.
Yeah. Yeah. It sounds like her mom was really hard on her, but obviously that's how her mom was to her. And so I like that we see later on that she acknowledges that she
Mm.
is
Was
breaking that cycle with her daughter, right?
Yeah. Yeah, that's
Which is
always
nice.
nice. Yeah, for
Hmm.
sure. What a
Then the end of the episode was just Meredith and Brittany finally meeting up. So I thought that that meant they were going to stop talking about the plane stuff, but because they both kind of, Brittany apologized because she really did start it by bringing up a TikTok of Meredith's husband cheating, which is pretty brutal, right? And she admitted she did it to hurt Meredith, which Meredith appreciated, and it seemed
Mhm.
like they were going to like let it go, right?
But it's like they can't let it go because they're still so unclear about what actually went down. And I think what's making me question what did go down is that Brittany has a very different energy. Her energy was so different when she was talking to the girls versus when she was
Mm-hmm.
talking to Meredith versus even at the American Congress Party, the Boston Tea Party, or whatever
Yeah.
the hell they did in the next episode. Like, you don't have the same energy. This girl is sitting here in your face saying, I didn't do this. I didn't harass her. I didn't this. And you're just sitting there like,
Yeah. She wasn't like, she was kind of agreeing with Meredith, like
yeah, it's
that.
like, why wouldn't you say, yes, you did? Yes, you did.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
So
she really backed down.
she
So,
really, she apologized. Meredith apologized for hurting her feelings. I'm sorry if you felt offended. I'm sorry if that hurt your feelings, not for
mm-hmm.
the action alone. And you notice that Meredith even said, I'm sorry you heard me talking to my friend. I'm sorry you
Mm-hmm.
overheard me talking to your friend. So she's still going with that narrative
Yeah.
that wasn't talking directly to her.
Uh-huh.
She said it to her face,
Yeah.
and it makes it hard to believe when Brittany doesn't correct her.
Yeah, there's definitely something missing, like something, I don't know what's gonna happen with this, because Brittany seemed to agree with Meredith's story, so why is this even a problem then? If Brittany's okay with it now, why are the other girls still making such a big deal out of it? So,
Mm.
but the next episode starts with Bronwyn and her costumes, which I've told you about. She picks Todd up at the airport in these costumes.
Oh,
I
okay.
don't
Is
feel
that a
like
thing? Because I was so confused.
yeah, she does that every time, and I
Okay.
don't feel like he's that into it, or am I wrong? I kind of thought he wanted that, but I don't know. I think it's her that wants it, right?
I think it's probably like they're just little quirky, little cute marital thing. This was the
Hmm.
first scene that I've seen with Todd where he seemed to like Bronwyn. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
It seemed like he didn't seem grumpy. They seemed pleasant, maybe because they've been fighting and now they're getting along. But like,
Hmm.
he seemed like, I don't know, the costumes seemed to he seems like the type of guy that would be embarrassed by that kind of stuff. Like, "Oh my god, like,
Yeah.
why are you doing this?" You could see people in the background kind of staring, kind of laughing, but I think
Hmm.
she's probably been doing it for so long that it's become like their quirky little thing. And then
Yeah.
you see them having a conversation in the car on the way home. And again, that's the first time in my opinion that he seemed like not like overly annoyed to be hearing about what's going on with her friends, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it is a little strange. He's obviously like on the plane looking at girls in bikinis or whatever, and it's like not very sexy to show up in a sloth costume for your husband. But I don't know. If he was into that kind of goofiness, I just don't feel like he is. So I don't know.
Yeah,
Yeah, they have a weird dynamic, but
they do.
we see Justin and Whitney, which is awkward. I didn't realize that he was like the reason of all this business shit that happened to her. So
Yeah.
It seems like she has a lot of resentment, and I don't know how they're gonna move past that.
Yeah, it was very like, and I didn't understand where she was like, I seen a big, transfer go to one of our vendors that didn't feel nice. Like I didn't
Mhm.
understand the implication there or what, like are they
Well, I think
still having to pay the vendors even though that they're not profiting off the business?
yeah. So I
Mm.
think, like, that's the problem is I don't know if they filed for bankruptcy or the company did or what happened, but I think obviously they have to pay these people or they'll get sued. So, I mean, he's doing what's right and paying people, but obviously seeing that transfer reminded her of, like, what happened. You're seeing money go out and not come in, so
Yeah.
but, yeah, it's hard. I mean, obviously she took his advice, but in the end, it sounds like they made the choice together, right? So they both decided to do MLM instead of whatever she wanted to do, the Sephora stuff, but when
That just sounds so wild to me that you would choose MLM over Sephora. Like,
yeah, obviously they had bad business advice, and I think maybe it's being in Utah, like, maybe MLM is big there, and so that's what they thought the way when she said, like, billion-dollar company, do you think that could become a billion-dollar company, her beauty stuff?
I don't know because I don't know what
Mhm.
she sells and I'm not familiar with her product, but I do know like we've seen not to compare Whitney to fucking Selena Gomez or Lady
Yeah.
Gaga or Rihanna, but we have seen celebrities, those are actual celebrities, but we've seen them turn these beauty
Mhm.
brands into billion-dollar companies. So
Yeah.
I don't know. She's selling makeup. I know that the bath bombs and like bath products and stuff like that. I mean, I think that here's my take is that, if you put enough effort and energy into anything, it will become successful. So is
Yeah.
it possible for it to become a billion-dollar company?
Mhm.
Absolutely, especially if you're this in these early stages already having meetings with Sephora. Like, yeah.
Mhm.
And I think that being a housewife and having that notoriety, that's going to bring a certain level of notoriety that a normal beauty brand wouldn't get. But,
Mhm.
I mean, they made a bad call. She trusted
Yeah.
him and it went to show. I can see why she resents him for it.
And when we had her on our podcast, she had just relaunched it. So I guess we see her talk here about trying to get the name back. So I think that she did get it back, and now she's relaunched the product. So that's good. We'll probably see more of that coming up. But
What products does she have?
so she does have a bath bomb, but it's
Yeah.
$60 for 6 of them. Is that a lot for a bath bomb? That feels like a
$10
lot for
each.
I guess that's normal.
That's no, for a good bath bomb. Like, of course, you can get like a cheap one for like 99 cents. But the thing is with bath bombs, you want like you you soaking in a tub with that stuff, and it's getting all on your hoo ha. You need like good,
Yeah.
or you're gonna get a yeast infection.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
I love a bath bomb. I use one every day, but I buy the, like, the pack, like the Calgon or whatever it is, so I
Hmm.
don't know if that's the best quality, so I might have to get some Whitney Rose ones, but it looks like she has, like, daily toner, anti-aging serum, pretty good prices, like 30 to $40, so
Yeah.
Restore and Glow. It looks like good stuff. I was just thinking, like, yeah, when I think of a billion-dollar beauty company, it's Selena Gomez and Kim Kardashian and all of these big people, whereas, like, the Bravo ones might not quite be to that level, but
Yeah.
she could be the first, right? You never know. I mean,
Yeah.
look, it's a part of the plot of the show, which is obviously helpful to get eyes on it. We're looking at it, so hopefully it does. I wanna see that for her because she's putting a lot of work into it, and
Yeah.
I mean, he's given bad business advice. They have arrangements where they sleep with other people. I don't really know if she needs to be married to this guy, right? Or
Yeah.
he
He's
do
not
you
a
know the
looker.
no. Do you know the back I mean, they have kids, so there's that, and she did mention that, or that's, like, a reason why she likes to stay with him, but he was married when they met, so
But, uh, uh, what do you mean?
he
Explain. He was married when they met, and then
he
how
was
did
married and she was his secretary.
and they started
Yeah.
having an affair?
Uh-huh. That's their backstory. So That would be, I don't
Oh
know.
my,
Like,
it's
I
like
think
a movie. Would you allow your husband to have a female secretary? Because I wouldn't allow mine to have a hot female secretary.
I was gonna say he has a female secretary, but I think she might be close to 70.
Perfect.
So
Yeah.
yeah.
Go
But
ahead.
I mean, it's hard to work. I've worked in law offices before,
Uh-huh.
and it is what you think it is.
It's
Like
the
there
Wild
was,
Wild West, like they be banging their secretaries?
oh yeah, in like Christmas party in the office. I've never seen it personally. This is all office gossip, but I heard there was like someone where everybody was like, "Oh yeah, they did this in their office at a Christmas party," but that's a rumor, so I don't have any proof. So
Mm.
yeah, and there's definitely been like this person was married to this person, and now they're with the other coworker. So, but I think any job has that, right? So
Okay, all
yeah.
right. So my question there is like, how does Whitney ever trust him?
That's what I was thinking too, because I think at first in that situation, it's all happy and good. He got divorced, obviously. They got married, they had kids. But once your kids start to grow and you get older and he gets older, like, yeah, do you not start to feel like however he felt in that first marriage, he's
Another
going to get there?
secretary's just gonna come along and you're just gonna leave her.
But she's so hot and young. Like, I feel like she'd probably be like, I don't feel like she's really set in this marriage. So
Clearly
that's what
not. She's sleeping with other people. Like, and she
yeah.
already told us that they bang other people. Like, so maybe that's the key is having a open marriage or whatever you want to call it. But
Mhm.
didn't she? Yeah, she alluded to that they sleep with other people. So whatever.
Yeah.
Not my pig, not my farm.
No.
Yeah. He ruined her business and she resents him for it.
Yeah, that's
Basically.
what I'm
Yeah.
thinking. If she's getting her sex elsewhere, she needs to get her business advice elsewhere too, I think, because he's not
I
doing
don't
good.
think she's gonna let him anywhere near Wild Rose Beauty again. So
Mhm. Did you know you can air fry Oreos? That was news to me.
you can air fry anything. I do
I
not use my oven.
Oh, you
I
air fry?
only use my air fryer. Since I've gotten it, I love it. It's one of my favorite things in my house. And
I
not sponsored, by the way.
I'm a new user too. I think I got one last Christmas, so it's not from my husband. He wouldn't do that, but we
Costco has Nespresso machines on sale. Sorry to interrupt you, but I seen it
what?
yesterday and I was like, Ashley wants an espresso machine. It's on
Okay.
sale with a frother.
What? Okay, I need a
Yeah.
Costco card. I think I'm the only person in the world that doesn't have one. So, but no, I just don't need that much. My kids don't eat. They're so picky, and I like treats. My husband doesn't. They're so boring, all three of them. They just don't eat fun stuff. So if I go to Costco, 'cause sometimes we use my husband's work card, I see all this fun goodies and I buy them, and then no one else eats them. So that's why I don't have a card. But I feel like as the kids become teenagers, then they'll
But
start helping me eat the treat.
they have so much other stuff besides food.
Yeah,
That's
that's
the
true. They
thing.
have clothes, right?
Girl, this sweater that I have on right now, I got it yesterday from Costco. It has matching pants. They have clothes. They have appliances. They have furniture, rugs,
See, I
they
just
have
go in the goodies aisle, and then I'm like, "Get me out of
no,
here!
they
Why
have
I didn't need all these chocolate croissants."
dude, they have fragrances. They have face creams, eye cream, stuff that you've seen. Like there's this viral shampoo called like Dr. Groot. Right now, it's like viral on TikTok, like
Mhm.
a hair thickening shampoo. And on TikTok, it's like $150 or something like that. And it's like at Costco, you get 2 huge bottles for $49. Like, they
What?
have the deal. They have 2 like, especially because you have a family and you can buy in
Mhm.
bulk. Like, yesterday, they had 4 packs of, like, Sensodyne toothpaste. It's like 25 bucks, but it's like, me, I don't need 4 packs of toothpaste because it's just little on
Mhm.
me, but do you wanna spend $19 on 1 pack, or do you wanna spend $25 on 4? You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So it's like stuff
that's
like
true.
that because you have a family and it's in bulk, like paper towels, toothpaste, just any like Costco has
Mhm.
everything. It's like Disneyland for adults. I was in there for hours yesterday. Okay,
I love it.
I got some forks. I got a upholstery cleaner from my couch. Like I got a new
Nice.
rug. Like I was just in there throwing shit in my cart.
Okay, now you're making me wanna get a card. This is not an ad, by the way, sorry, but you could sponsor us, Costco. We clearly know our way around to Costco, so we
Yeah.
will Yeah, now I need to go there. So
Okay, sorry for the
what the hell
rant.
was I talking about?
Back,
Oh
we were
yeah,
talking about Whitney and
Oreos.
her husband and
No, then
Oreos.
we were talking about the Oreos. Yes, because I just got an air fryer like a year ago, so I do like some things in it. But I didn't know you could go like
Anything.
Oreos. What else did she say? She had a
Anything.
whole
You can
list of
do
stuff.
anything. Fried pickles. That's what she said, right?
I didn't even think about that.
Yeah.
Didn't we get fried pickles when we were
Yeah.
in Vegas? Yeah,
Yeah.
we did. And deviled eggs is like a thing in Vegas. Everywhere
Yeah.
we went had deviled eggs. Or is
Yeah.
that a thing in the States in
I like
general?
deviled eggs. No, I don't.
Yeah, me too.
I don't get them often. No.
No. Yeah, we were feeling in a wild mood that day, so we got deviled eggs and pickles. So
Fried pickles.
I'm gonna make my own. Good call.
Yeah.
Anyways, not an important part to the plot. I just had to mention the Oreos because I've never heard of that. But her one daughter goes to the University of Miami, I guess, and then the other one got into Tampa. Like, why are all her kids going to Florida? Is that a thing? People like to go to school there?
I think Florida is just beautiful. I don't really know. I think it's probably more so just wanting to get out of Utah.
It feels so far from Utah, though, right? Or am I
Yeah.
not thinking correctly?
No, it's
I would
far.
think like
It's far.
California.
It's far.
Yeah.
It's far. Yeah.
Yeah, that is interesting.
Yeah.
We see Bronwyn's mom tell her that she's proud of her. They have a little crying moment, so that was sweet. Because I think the first time we saw Muzzy was like, damn, this lady's a little rough on her. But
That's how my grandma is.
Mhm.
But yeah, yeah. First,
Yeah.
it's like, oh, but you see her softening up, which is nice.
Yeah, it is nice and nice for Bronwyn. So, what is a J dog?
A J dog.
They were eating them at this party. I don't know. I write down
It
stuff.
looks like a hot link to me. That's what it looked like.
Like just a hot dog?
A hot link.
What is that?
A hot link is a thicker, spicier hot dog.
Like a sausage?
It's more of a sausage. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we see this spill the tea party. The Bronwyn not having U.S. citizenship was surprising to me because she's obviously lived there for her whole life, right?
Yeah. But my mom didn't get citizenship until she was basically like forced to too. She was here for a long time and then she
Oh, okay.
never applied for it and then she did. So I guess people
Can,
just do it.
can I just I could just come there without it? Like I thought you had to like have
You
it
could
to live there.
You can well, yeah, you can come here without it. You could be on a visitor's visa. You could be
Oh, okay.
here for a work visa. Or you could be here for certain reasons for a certain amount of time. But yeah, if you want to stay with no issues, yeah, you should probably, especially now,
Right.
you should
Yeah.
apply for citizenship.
That makes sense because I was wondering. I wonder why Bronwyn never had it before and why she's doing it now. Because she's married to Todd. Does that not give you automatic anymore? Like I don't know how.
Yeah, it's supposed to if you're married. I think, oh boy, he's changing a lot of stuff, but usually you get birthright citizenship and you get like marital, or if you have your kids here, or if you're married, that will speed up your citizenship. That's how my mom was able, because my mom came from India with her family and her dad was on a work visa, and then while they were all here they applied for citizenship as they've been here for years, but she never did, and that's after she already had all of us, after she already had been married. So I think it was easier for her to get her citizenship. It wasn't a long drawn out process because she had had kids and been here for over 20 years. But yeah,
I think I did hear something about how they're going to change it so you can't just get married and get it anymore. So that might be why. Because they didn't really explain why Bronwyn was deciding to do it now, or did they? Did I miss that?
I think they said like she had dual citizenship other places, so she never really thought of getting it, and now she is because she wants to vote and stuff.
Right. So yeah, interesting party theme. They always have wacky party themes, so the costumes were funny. So Brittany kissed, I don't even know how to say this guy's name, Joe. I've watched his Below Deck seasons, but still can't pronounce his name. But
no,
we
they should have said that he kissed him, but she didn't.
Did they not
kiss
show
him.
it though? I thought they showed
She
it.
didn't kiss him. No.
Oh, I thought they showed her kissing him.
No, it was on the cheek or
in my
whatever. It
mind.
was like her flirting with him and like a cheek kiss, but no, she didn't actually kiss him.
So Brittany already knew Whitney spilled that tea because Jared told her. Remember, Jared said, Justin told me you were flirting with everybody when they had that little bush meeting. So
Oh, did he name drop Justin? I must have
I
missed
I
that.
think he did because that's how we found out. So I'm almost positive he said Justin told me you were flirting. So she
Oh,
already knew that Whitney spilled that, but the rest of the group didn't know. So they found out.
yeah.
Heather did the Lord's work by bringing up the farting and kissing again, but that didn't go anywhere. Bronwyn was
Yeah.
not happy.
Bronwyn has such a stale face when it comes to it, and then Mary's so
Yeah.
funny, and she's like, "Farting can only be so funny and goes so
Yeah.
far." She's very
Yeah, it hasn't a
serious
lot.
about her farts.
There's been a lot of fart talk on this season, but I thought Heather brought it up and I was like, "Oh, we'll get to hear more," but we still have no idea what the hell that was
No,
about.
she's
So,
so protective over that. You could tell.
mhm. And I don't know, there was the Lisa horse thing, which whatever. I don't think she has a horse. If she did, she'd probably take photos of it. Um, and
Again,
then
weird lie, you know?
yeah, kind of like Stacy, right? Similar.
Yeah,
Um,
but Lisa's is different, and Lisa's is icky because Lisa
true.
lies to flex. Stacy's not lying to flex, like she's just lying
No.
to lie. But
Yeah,
you lie to flex and to make your life seem like it's something it's not, which is so cringy
agree.
and
And then
unlikable, you know?
yeah. It's because she always talks like she's better than everyone else, but it's not even based off of truth, it's lies. So,
Yeah, we're gonna see more of that in the next episodes when they're arguing over who had more Porsches. Okay.
yes.
Oh,
So
Betty.
silly. Then Meredith has a gift for all of the ladies, and it's a caviar and a drug test on ice. So,
Yeah, because her and Whitney start fighting, and Whitney calls her a pill popper, calls her
yes.
an alcoholic. All because what the
Hmm.
fuck did Meredith say to make her say that? Like
Well,
I know that they were fighting over the stupid plane stuff, and Meredith is basically like,
mhm,
it didn't happen. It didn't happen. I didn't do this. And this is where we see dumbass Brittany just sitting there like, like you're not even like standing up for yourself. You're not saying not so. And now it's making me
mhm,
think Meredith telling the fucking truth because now you're just sitting there like,
mhm.
did it happen? No, it didn't. And yes, it did. You know, but but then,
Well,
yeah, oh, she went to hell. She said, "Pill popper."
yes.
Whitney went to
I think
hell.
it's because they brought up this whole thing where Whitney told Bronwyn, and Whitney was explaining why she said it. She's like, it had to be one of three things. Either you have an anger problem or you have a something problem, and then or you have a substance abuse problem because you're blacking out. And that's
Mm,
where I think that came from. So then I think Meredith said, "Well, you're a known liar," to Whitney, and Whitney's like, "Well, you're alcohol pill popper." And that's how we got
yeah,
there.
because that's a right, like that's a easy cop out. You're a known liar. Everyone knows you
Mhm,
lie. And I feel like no one had Whitney's back in that moment, which I feel like if you guys all seen this and know that
mhm,
this happened, why is nobody like Mary, you're just sitting there. Angie, I don't know if Angie has said that she witnessed what happened, but Mary has, Heather has. Why are you guys sitting here letting Heather call? You guys all need to band together and be like, Heather, what is going on? This is what we
mhm,
all seen. So yes, you either like because we've seen them all have their separate side conversations, and like I said, the energies is different when they're all together, and it's like
mhm.
that's the easiest way to confront the truth, right?
Yeah,
What happened? We're all here. This is what we all seen. So either you blacked out and you don't remember, or
mhm,
you're actually the one that's lying. So don't call
yeah,
Whitney a liar. And it was such a deflection when she called her that to get up and give the gifts.
yeah,
Like, what the fuck does this have to do with the tea in China? Like, why the fuck
yeah,
am I going to take a drug test when
mhm,
I'm calling you the drug addict? You take one.
yeah. I know it's obvious that she thinks other people are taking pills or something, and she wants to prove that. But
Do
so she
pills
must
even
have.
come up in a drug test?
I have no
I
idea.
thought only the hard stuff comes up. Like,
Well, yeah, and I would assume that what Whitney was trying to say is she took like a Xanax or something, which a lot of people do on a flight, right? And so it's like I don't know. I don't know if that comes up on a drug test. I always thought those were for the hard stuff, but
yeah, I thought it was for like meth and like
Yeah.
cocaine. I didn't know like my little Tylenol that I took is gonna come up in this drug
Yeah.
test. I don't know.
Well, and it's not like when you said you do heroin or something, she said pill popper, right? And it's like, yeah, maybe she took some kind of anxiety pill for the plane and that makes her black out and rage.
Well,
So,
if you mix it with alcohol, it
yeah.
could, right? So I'm no doctor, but I don't think you're supposed to do that.
Yeah, it's not a good idea.
Yeah.
So, something's going on. But yeah, Angie has been kind of quiet, right?
Yeah, about what happened on the plane. I don't know if she just wasn't close and she didn't hear, but I think it's just such
Mhm.
a very different energy because Meredith's story is staying the same. Meredith's story is the same when she's talking to
Mhm.
everybody individually and when she's talking to everybody in person. She's saying, I didn't do this. I was talking to Lisa. I did it.
Mhm.
I did not harass her. I didn't this. I didn't that. And it seems like when they're all together, they just have a different energy. Like you guys are not
Mhm.
calling her out on the things that you're calling her out behind her back. So their energy's just different. And I feel like we could nip this in the bud if they just had the same energy as they had behind Meredith's back. And I don't what were Heather
Mhm.
and Meredith Heather and Meredith too were arguing over what happened on the plane, right?
Yeah, I
Even
think
though
just
her tea
because
spill wasn't even about her.
yeah, I think because Heather's speaking out against Meredith and Meredith just doesn't expect that. So,
Mhm.
at this point it seems like everybody against Meredith and I don't know why. I mean, obviously I think that something happened on this plane and we're going to see this footage eventually, so they're just trying to build up to that is what it feels like.
Yeah. Mary's so unproblematic. She'd just be staying out of everything. I s I don't know. This whole plane thing, like you said, they're dragging it out. I'm over it. He said, she said, nobody has the same story when they're in each other's face. It seems like Lisa has seemed to back her way on out of it, but they come up with declarations to basically things that they think should be new in the friendship. Basically,
Mhm.
families and kids should be off limits, which duh. And then Meredith ends up saying, like, they all kind of say something that's like, okay, that's reasonable, okay, that's doable, like, okay, don't do
Mhm.
friends, don't do family, be kind. And then she says something about, I don't even know what the hell was the word she used, like a reason, I don't know, victim of reasonable abuse or something, like reactionary abuse or
Oh, yeah.
something. Reactionary abuse or whatever she
Mhm.
said. So it seemed to be amicable and then that kind of like started it all up again. So I don't know. I don't know.
Mhm.
I guess we'll see what happens in the coming weeks, but we'll see a continuation. We saw a preview of what's to come, so I'm excited to see that. Ashley has reached her limit, you guys. We're going to have to do Beverly Hills another time. The coughs are coming. They are in
They won't
full.
stop.
They won't stop. They're in full throttle. So we're gonna call it quits right now. We will be back with
We'll be back.
Real Housewives of Real Housewives of Beverly Hills recap soon enough. But we have tons of stuff for you guys to catch up on. Keep yourself busy. We will see you guys next time. Bye,
See you next
guys.
time. Bye, guys.